Hello guys, today we are going to look at another classic interview question on multi-threading. This is the producer-consumer problem, which is a classic example of multi-threading synchronization. So in a producer-consumer there are actually two entities. One is the producer and two is the consumer. The producer is the one which is generating messages and the consumer is the one which is consuming the messages. So these two entities share a common fixed queue size. So whenever the queue is full, the producer will be blocked and it cannot produce any messages. And whenever the queue is empty, the consumer will be blocked and and it cannot consume any messages until there is a message in the queue. So typically this is implemented using a blocking queue. Uh, so we create a blocking queue of fixed size, and then producer and consumers are running in parallel and they are generating messages and putting into the queue, and the consumers are trying to read messages from the queue uh, and process it. Since the blocking queue is synchronized, everything runs perfect. Uh, so the interviewer is kind of looking us to implement the blocking queue from scratch using the sync primitives and demonstrate the producer consumer problem using an example. So let's dive right in and understand how we can go ahead and implement a blocking queue. So here I have created a generic class uh, of blocking queue. It has a queue and a max size. So in the constructor you see there's a max size parameter which the blocking queue takes, and then we initialize our queue. So the queue has two operations in it. One is the put operation, uh, where we add elements into the queue, and the other method is the take operation where we take items from the queue. So both these methods are synchronized methods, because anyone trying to access the queue needs to lock the queue uh, for synchronized access. So initially the initial condition is when the queue is full, we cannot put any elements into the queue, so we'll have to wait. So that's why while the queue size is full, we should have to wait. Once an element, once the queue is free uh, and its size is not equal to max size, then we can go ahead and add an item to the queue, and after that we notify all the waiting threads, saying that the queue size has changed, right? Similarly, in the take method, uh, the condition is that when the queue is empty, there's nothing to take. So uh, we actually wait till there is any message in the queue, and after that we remove the message from the queue. We notify all the other threads which are waiting uh, for the queue to be wait for and then we return the item. So this is how a blocking queue works. uh, let's look at the producer which class, which is a runnable instance. It has a blocking queue in its constructor, and then we see look at the run function which actually runs forever, and it just generates a random number, and it puts that number into the queue. So this is a producer, and then we look at the consumer. The consumer also is backed by a blocking queue, and then it also runs forever, and it keeps on taking the message from the queue, and it just prints the number from the queue. So here's an example of how we can use that. First we create a blocking queue of size 10, and then I created a producer, create a consumer, and then they start both of them. So now if I run it, we can see this is the produce and the consumed. see it's a produced and let us consume that. Produced, consumed. Produce 37, consume 37. So this is how the producer consumer is implemented in Java. Thanks guys.